Yeah, just thought I'd do another one of these. I had a lot of fun last time doing it, and yeah, thanks for the comments. Some great feedback, some great tips. Always good to learn new stuff. By no means know everything. So yeah, I want to talk quickly about this Oreos project we did last year. So this was with House of Brave, who are in Joburg, and yeah, this was a really great product. So this is kind of the hero screen that came out. This was then animated by Studio Bolland, and it was on buses and billboards and print, and it was pretty much just everywhere. So it was the launch of a new ice cream cookie, which my kids are crazy about, and so this was kind of the hero. So it was really great to work in a campaign that was just national and was seen everywhere. So it kind of all started with this image. I put this image up on Behance, I would say about, I don't lie, 4 or 5 years ago, and yeah, this was sent through as client as reference, and I suppose the first point I just wanted to pull through is that it's crazy sometimes what clients see on you and what they like. So, I mean, to be honest, this project I'd kind of forgotten about it. It's kind of dark and deep down in my archives. It's not something I ever really look at, and it's not something that I've ever really thought I would get work off. But this was the reference they sent through. So, I suppose the tip is to, I think quite often when we curate our portfolios, we kind of get rid of older work and throw it away and just add new stuff all the time. And I think a lesson I've learned is to keep the good pieces that are older but that you really like keep them around because you never know what clients like. I actually landed a job last year with BBDO in New York for Barbie, and that was based on a little sketch on a little image of a girl I'd done, which I mean probably took me about 2 hours, maybe hour and a half, just for fun. Put it up on Dribble, client saw it and commissioned us. So and you never know what's going to happen. So keep the old work you like, keep it in your portfolio. It's not always a bad thing. So yeah, based on this image, we were commissioned to do this piece for Oreo, and I normally do a few style tests, and this was one of the first ones I came out with, and yeah, I mean, looking back, it's pretty simple. So I kept the colors super flat. Um, there goes the train. Cheers, train. And yeah, I think in hindsight, probably a little bit too simple. So, that was the one style test that I sent through, and then this was the second style test. So obviously, they wanted to get across the fact that it's quite cold, that it's a cold environment, and then in the story we'll just see this little dude's on a motorbike, and he rides into a big pile of snow, and he comes out as ice cream on the other side. So I sent these through to clients, and yeah, I think I quite liked them. I think I liked elements of the first one, but I thought the second one was quite interesting, just with the way the character is seated. So I quite liked his position on the bike. I liked his little hand in the background throwing up a peace sign, and I just thought it was interesting. I never send work that I don't like. So it's very important to me that what I send I believe in and I think could work. I never send work that is only I'm half happy with. So in this case, I was happy with these two. Looking back, hindsight is 2020. I think maybe a little bit too flat, and that's actually the feedback the client gave. So based on this one, I went through to the final product, and they were just like, it just needs more detail. It needs more highlights. It just needs to look like it's a little bit more alive. And I immediately think of like July Pluto's work, which is just I don't know if you've seen, is it a guy or girl? I actually don't know. But their work on Dribble is great. So just great use of vector, great highlights, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I took it through to this stage. So I kind of try to flesh the character out a little bit more. You'll see I use a lot of highlight stuff and shadows. These are just really simple. Ooh, look at that, nice and clean layering. Um, what I normally do is just multiply. So I would get transparency. Oh, in this case, I didn't do that. Wow. So all I've done is I've just cut the path here, and I've just created a dark color and used it there. What I would normally do is just add a multiply and then play around with the opacity up there. Just get an opacity that I quite like. Obviously, that's not going to work with that piece over there. So yeah, adding highlights over here, using kind of different colors just to pull certain stuff out. And this started to feel like it was working a little bit better, using images and little houses in the background. There was other trees. So yeah, this went through to a client for approval, and they were a lot happier with that. So that's pretty much the final image. It took 2 or 3 goes to get it right, and then they were happy, and I was happy, and yeah, we moved on from there. One thing that we did always do, and this is something I always do for these kind of shapes, is obviously they wanted it to look like he was riding on snow. And this is actually something I use a lot. So effects, see I use it often, it's right there, zigzag. And yeah, I do use this tool a lot. And it's really simple. So if you want to create water textures or ground or snow, you just kind of play around with whatever and do its corners, and then relative just it's a little crazy. But I do use this tool a lot, and it's super helpful. So what I would do there is just create the pattern, and then go object, expand appearance, and then I normally just cut these bits off here. If there's a better way that you can do it, which I'm sure there is, because yeah, let me know. Let me know if there's a better way that you create patterns like that. I'm always interested to learn new stuff, but that's what I've been using in the meantime. It's been working really well. So from this little guy, which was the hero of the campaign, put him into a scene, kind of created a really fun environment for him to be in. You'll see in the video where you can go look at my behinds, he's kind of riding along the snowy environment, and he runs into a big pile of snow. And then from that, he comes out as this character. So he's kind of riding along, he goes into the snow, and he comes out as the King Cone. We have an ice cream here called King Cone. I'm pretty sure it's all over the world. But yeah, so that was kind of the premise for that animation, which is just really simple. And then we did some variations of that. So I don't think these actually ever made it into a video. I think these were just for the print campaign. But again, just using the same character, and it's quite fun to take the same character and just use him in different scenarios and create different scenes. So this was a scene. I'll show you guys the animated GIF now, but just a little dude, and he's fishing, and he pulls up a king cone ice cream, and it then falls off his rod again, and he tries to catch it again. So, using the same character, using the same colors, using the bike. So in a sense, kind of storytelling. He's gone from there, and now he's kind of fishing for that, and then kind of having a good time. And then we did this version, which was the Snow Angel version. Yeah, I think this was one version that we did. I just went through my files before recording this, and I think we did about 10 versions of this slide alone. So, I think this was, for me, probably the trickiest one. And actually, it was the snow around it which caused a lot of back and forth between client, and it was quite a tough one to solve. And then this as well was also a bit tricky, trying to get the idea that there was depth and that there was kind of snow going around it. So, I used a lot of outlines that have kind of then have expanded, so things like that. A lot of drop shadows to try to create a little bit of depth. So, yeah, and then obviously using the line tool as well. So, kind of a fun way of doing it is just using the blend tool. Specify steps, just go crazy. No, it's not going to work because I expanded it. I use the blend tool a lot as well. That didn't work though. Yeah, so that was kind of that was the project really. It was a lot of fun. It didn't take too long to do, and then obviously the next steps of that was to animate it. I don't have the video here. I can maybe show it to you, but I've just got some animated loops. So this is the first one we did with Studio Bolland, and this is just this is a loop of the actual video that we did for Oreos. And then here's the second one where he's trying to fish, and the king cone ice cream is falling off. Let me see if I can find that video quickly for you guys. It came out really good. There's a quick plug for my Behind site. Go have a look. Yeah, you can also see a little case study on my Behind site. Let's see if this works. Oh, there we go. Get stuck, starts revving, covered Let's watch that again, because this is still loading. Go, it's stuck. Again, great animation with by Studio Bolland. Check them out. comes out as ice cream. So just advertising the fact that the biscuit is now turned into an ice cream. Cool, guys. That's it. 10 minutes is up. Chat soon. Bye.